How's it going, everybody? Mike Weber here, your South Bay and Los Angeles real estate broker, here with your market update for the beginning of April 2021. Wow, the real estate market has gone totally crazy. I've never seen anything like this before since I've been in the real estate business. I mean, it's really starting to look like real estate is in a bubble, like probably a lot of other financial assets right now. And it's just a crazy market. There's no inventory. We're starting to see buyers do extreme things. In fact, right now, it is very, very common, if not the norm, to see offers being written completely non-contingent, meaning no loan contingency, no appraisal contingency, and oftentimes with no inspection contingency. And even in average price point markets, it's normal now to see offers $50,000, $75,000 over asking. And then, of course, depending on the specific market, it's becoming normal to see offers $100,000, $150,000 over asking, again with very limited contingencies or often no contingencies at all. So because there's really no inventory out there to speak of, clearly the cream is rising to the top in terms of buyers that have the ability financially and otherwise to write offers that are going to get accepted in such a crazy market that we're experiencing. And of course, all the buyers at the bottom end of the spectrum are just completely priced out, or they're not able to compete in terms or in price to be able to get an offer accepted. Now, of course, that said, every sub-market is different, so not every area is going to be operating the same way. But in general, across the board in Los Angeles County, if a home is priced correctly and doesn't have another issue, like maybe tenants that aren't going to be moving or that are not paying rent or something like that, we would expect to see multiple offers, strong competition, and probably prices that go well above the market price, again, assuming it was priced correctly to begin with, the agent is responsive and doing their job, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual data. We'll look at Los Angeles County as a whole to get started, and then we'll dive in a little deeper to the South Bay beach cities where I live and check out the local market here, see what's going on here in this area. And before we get started, if there is any topics or things that would be valuable for me to discuss in relation to real estate on this channel or otherwise, leave me some notes in the comments below of what content you'd like, or shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to put some stuff out there that's going to be useful for everybody. One of the main issues I'm coming across with a lot of our clients is that they're concerned that they're not going to be able to find a place if they sell their home. So where they're going to move next, or what it's going to be like trying to get an offer accepted in this crazy market that we're in. So I'm going to do a video on that and some of the options and the tools that we're using to help our clients make that transition to the next home. But of course, again, if there's anything that I can share with you guys that you want to see, definitely let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that now. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are seeing in your local area or what you think is going to happen with the real estate market in the next couple of years. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and see what's happening. So getting started in Los Angeles County as a whole, what we see is we are up 17.4% year over year for median home prices. So this is just so crazy. I mean, it's hard to imagine this is happening, but it is. And remember, this is after years and years and years of, 10, 12% average annual price growth. So, I mean, you see here, we were growing all these years pretty substantially. And now all of a sudden, right around the time that COVID hit, we've just seen a dramatic upward spike in home prices, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So I remember back when COVID hit, there were all these real estate experts, people on YouTube that, seemed to know everything about real estate, talking about how the market was going to crash. And I was saying back then that I'm not sure that's going to happen based on all the government intervention that I was seeing. And surely, as we see now, that has not happened, and the opposite has happened. Prices are accelerating to the upside with the help of the Federal Reserve and all this government intervention, kind of controlling and manipulating the market, limiting the supply of inventory, and of course, making it more affordable to some extent with interest rates to buy these properties. We're seeing prices continue to go up. Now, if we take a look at the supply of inventory here in Los Angeles County, here's where we see why this is happening. So if we look at just the 5-year chart, we're down 33% year over year in the amount of inventory on the market. And what you see here is we're, 3-4 months into the year and we're sitting at 2 months supply. And I mean, this is like way, way, way lower than, this typical time of year going back all these previous years. And in fact, even during the holidays, which is kind of the time that we would expect to see the lowest inventory, we're even below that over the last 5 years, even though we're starting to enter what is typically peak selling season. Now, if we look back all the way to the max chart here, what we see is that we are actually lower on inventory at the end of March 2021 than we have been all the way back to the housing crisis. So, this is just totally incredible to see. Nobody's putting their homes in the market. There's no inventory out there. And so at any given time, there's always going to be a segment of buyers that absolutely need to buy or, absolutely want to buy. So, you have people that want to get their kids into a certain school district. You have people that are coming in from out of state that want to purchase a home, in a certain area. You have people that are selling a home and do not want to rent. And then, of course, there's not a lot of rental inventory out there either because of the eviction moratorium and kind of all the difficulty because of COVID. So there's just more buyers that need to buy a home than there are sellers that want to sell a home. And so again, if a home is priced correctly and a buyer is able to move into it within a relatively short time after closing, those homes are going to sell. They're going to sell quickly no matter the condition, and probably at a high price with multiple offers. Now, if we look at closed sales, we see very, very strong closed sales in Los Angeles County. So this is just telling us that whatever is getting listed, as long as, it's a normal sale, there's not a tenant in there that's maybe not paying rent or something like that, it's going to sell quickly if it's priced correctly. Now, if we look at South Bay, the beach cities, to see kind of what's happening here, not quite as crazy on the median price growth, but still up 13.5% year over year. So massive price growth. It looks like we're off to the races here again for 2021. And again, this is, after years and years of very, very strong price growth as well in the South Bay. Now, if we look at supply of inventory, we'll look at the 5-year chart first, which kind of gives us a little bit of a shorter snapshot of what's happening. And very similar to Los Angeles County, at the holiday season, we were down below anything we've seen over the last 5 years. And then, of course, now 3-4 months into the year, we're at 1.6 months. And that takes us back to December 2017. So again, holiday season, we expect to see lower inventory, but this looks like what we're going to see, who knows, over the next several months. We might not even get above 2 months supply of inventory. And again, if we look back, we go back all the way as far as a chart will go. For the most part, except maybe here in December 2017, we are again at the lowest inventory we've seen, unless you go all the way back to the housing crisis. So extremely low inventory in the market right now. Finally, if we look at closed sales, again, very strong closed sales compared to a year ago. We're up 29% year over year. So once again, anything that's getting listed, buyers are going after it. They're buying it almost immediately. Extreme terms, extreme prices and offers, etc. So hope this information was useful. If I can do anything for you in regards to real estate or anybody that don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help and appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one.